Recently, residents of the eastern parts of Nigeria have been experiencing constant attacks from unknown gunmen and suspected Fulani herdsmen. Places like Imo and Ebonyi State have suffered greatly from the unprovoked attacks carried out by those hoodlums. In a quest to repel these attacks, the 5 eastern governors came up with a new security group called Ebubeagu Security Network that will help the security agencies to put an end to the attacks and killing of villagers. Recall that before Ebubeagu was launched, the Eastern Security Network ESN, formed by the leader of the indigenous people of Biafra, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, has been in existence. Kanu had flagged off ESN some months ago with promises that they will help to end terrorism in the southeast. However, bandits operations and killings increased since they began operation. Different reports on how they attack and kill security operatives has been heard on many occasions, which is contrary to what they promised. So in order to put an end to all these killings in the southeast, I suggest that the Eastern Security Network be dissolved and Ebubeagu by the Eastern governors should take over. The military, in collaboration with other security agencies, should help to fish out all members of ESN formed by the IPOB leader and put an everlasting end to their operations. We, the Easterners, have high hopes for the newly created security outfit, Ebubeagu, and pray that their introduction will be fruitful in terms of fighting the recent attacks in the in the southeast. In other words, we are looking forward to seeing the end of Eastern Security Network operations in the southeast. You can imagine. At some point, I was just laughing because I know that these people are just something else. You know, the way the person just talked about this whole thing, that, oh, the issue of insecurity and what have you. At the end of the day, that a Ebubeagu just, they just launched Ebubeagu just like that, as if, just like that. By the time, the way it's just been told that they just, because of the insecurity, they just brought Ebubeagu, and not knowing that this thing has been ongoing for 2 years, they ought to have taken the decision. And the person fails to understand that why is it that ESN came on board, but because of the negligence of the government right from the beginning. And to make matter worse, it is just an audio launch they did. They don't have personnel on ground. So how do you cope with that kind of a thing? How do you go about it? No personnel on ground, and this person is making us say, oh, they don't want a Eastern Security Network. Oh, they want a Ebubeagu. That we, the Easterners, have high hopes for the newly created security outfit Ebubeagu, and there's nobody. They don't have people on ground. That is to tell you that it is a deliberate act to nail Eastern Security Network, because they know that they are doing the work. With all this on, even if by the time they get their personnel later, which I don't think so, because you can't just form a security outfit without people, having people on ground. So what is the problem? Just to make sure that Eastern Security Network will not be able to wage war against the so-called band. And they are telling us, since the emergence of Eastern Security Network, that is when the crime rates, insecurity now increase. Like, seriously, as if the people in that region do not know what has been going on. That is how they deceive people. You people are slaves to Fulanis ruling governments. How on earth you will be receiving orders from terrorist Fulani ruling Nigeria, ruling governments to maltreat your people? Okay. Ebube security is part of evil agenda to achieve Fulanization of Nigeria. I warned anyone against ESN will surely face the wrath. Who is we, the Easterners? Ebubeagu is floated by the Fulani government to shortchange the Igbos of ESN, which they fear. Only a fool will believe the Southeast governors. Who be this? Where were you when they formed constabulary security with the former IGP that has failed woefully to stop terrorists? Yes, ESN has largely driven them to flee the bushes, and you want to trust them again. What we want is what works in Nigeria and not who established it. Please, a bird at hand is worth 200 in the bush. Shame to Eastern governors. Instead of joining hands with already existing Eastern Security Network, they are forming a Ebubeagu. Shame on you guys. The military, in collaboration with other security agencies, have been in Ebonyi since over 5 years, and not a single killer Fulani S-man has been arrested. It is the ESN that wants to push out the killer that the army with the other security agencies now woke up flush out, leaving the killer Fulani herdsmen to continue killing the Eboyans and other Igbos unhindered. God is seeing all of you. We don't need Ebubeagu in Igbo land. What we want and need and to support Eastern Security Network. Lies upon lies upon lies. We don't need Ebubeagu. Uzodinjo, you are finished. What we want the Southeast governors to do is to tell Nigerians who is responsible for all this attack in Ebonyi and Imo State. Look up till now, nobody can say for sure these are the people that did it. So it's a matter of forming new security outfits or ESN. We should first of all know what is happening to us. And that's a valid question. Up till today, they are saying ESN, oh, IPOP. Uzodinma came out again and made a youth some say, oh, it is Rocha Sokorocha. Then who are the people? The policemen cannot even come out. They can't even come out. They don't want to be identified as policemen. They even need security. You can imagine such a thing. They need security again from the government. They need security. This is wonderful. You see where you made yourself a fool and an idiot. You don't even know the difference between Ebubeagu and Ebubeagu. That's aside. Is it your kind? It is your kind of it is your kind that is not wanted in Igbo land, and ESN not ESN have come to stay. Your Ebubeagu will fade away with your opinion. Yes, the writer is addressing his stooges, the governors of Southeast, not the indigenous people, because we know those protecting us from Fulani conquest. This kind of thing is coming from the government. It's coming from them just to justify what they have created. And my own issue with all this is that they don't even have, up till now, you can't even go online and see a particular picture, because you talk about Amotekun, they already have their formation, the how it's going to look like. Even the Ebubeagu, you can't see any logo, and they are telling us that they have formed this thing. And if you talk about Eastern Security Network, at least you know that you see them, you already have their logo. A government entity cannot even do that. The whole thing is just, everything is shrouded in secrecy. Honestly, everything is shrouded in secrecy. So guys, let us hear your opinion on this and let's know your thoughts.